have a party for you. Just some stupid. You know, make sure. You know, they do, you know, I say, it's really hazard. So it's never gonna be no way. But these should be. So you're about to get to a practice. Was there anything else in this year? Inflation that you have to pay? Yeah. I do, very much. And possibly, I didn't see it yet. Nearly a little.
We're live, so whenever he turns on the microphones.
What the plan, which means. Very extreme. Silver. Well, no. So.
Good evening. Thanks for everybody for coming out this evening. President Devaney had something come up last minute, so we'll conduct business without him. I'd like to invite everyone to stand and join us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have anybody with us this evening to offer a prayer? I believe we do. Forgot to remind on.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you today for all the blessings that you have bestowed upon our community. And that we ask you to help us and bless us today. Help us in the decisions that we make. Bless everyone in this room. Bless the decisions that we must make in the future. Give us wisdom. Lord, I ask that everybody here have a heart after the community. And though sometimes, Lord, we disagree on subjects, we all agree that we want the best for all our neighbors and friends. So now we would ask you to be with us, watch over us, and if there is someone that gets upset, we know that we will always do our best to do the best for everyone. And thank you for all you do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. Call the meeting to order. Liz, would you do roll call, please?
Silas Devaney, David Kincaid,
Here.
Daniel Bragg,
Here.
Eric Gifford,
Here.
Levi Schrock, Ron Stone,
Here.
Michael Hood.
Here.
We do have a quorum.
Thank you. Everybody had an opportunity to check out the minutes from January 2nd meeting. There's no additions or corrections. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes for last month's meeting or last meeting as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Special presentations for this evening. Wasn't clear that there's any. Todd, where would we want to put it? In the CCNG openings, would that be under old business or new business?
Yeah, either way, I had a case.
Consent agenda, the December 2025 finance reports. Everybody had a chance to take a look at those. If there's no additions or corrections, I will entertain a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second as presented to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Mr. Chairman, you need to add this to
Yes. we
We
have
have
to-
Gladstone, is that correct, Mr. Kirby?
We'll just go ahead and add that to the end, I guess, at new business, under
Fair
new
enough.
business.
I think that would be. Good.
Closing.
Or
Is there any old business? Seeing none, we'll move on to new business. We have resolution number 2026-01, authorizing the write-off of outstanding warrants.
This resolution was at the request of your clerk treasurer. You'll see in exhibit A, she's attached a list of outstanding warrants that are greater than 2 years old, which by statute, she may write off.
Any questions?
regarding this, pretty normal practice that we seem to do every year.
If there's no question,
So I'll entertain a motion.
I move we approve resolution 2026-01.
Second.
motion, second,
And as presented, all those in favor say aye.
opposed? Passes. Resolution number 2026-02, approving RDC resolution, creating Comcast fiber economic development and allocation area.
Quite the mouthful there.
Yes.
I try to keep those short and sweet, but that was about as short as we get with being descriptive. So this, as you mentioned, is a resolution approving the RDC's initial declaratory resolution and the APC's resolution determining that it conforms with the town's plans and plan of development. I'll kind of walk you through. We've done a couple of these, but I'll remind you of the process. Started with the RDC's declaratory resolution. I went to the APC for approval last week. It is now
you to town council. And if you all approve, it moves on one more time to the RDC with public hearing. Resolution.
We're not designating any parcels.
Parcels in this, it's simply capturing the assessed value on personal property, Comcast fiber. It's kind of called spider tip, is it?
Web
Webs out throughout the town. I believe you all done one before my time, but with the Indiana American water. Happy to answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions on this? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. We accept resolution 2026-02, approving RDC resolution, creating Comcast fiber economic development and allocation area.
Second.
Have a motion.
And a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Passes. Item 3, resolution 2026-03, conformatory resolution, OMG Music, real estate property tax abatement.
We've done a number of these as well in the past year or so, but I will just remind you of a couple items. You passed a declaratory resolution back in early December, initially approving the tax abatement application for OMG Music. This is a area approximately 2.2 acres in size, generally known as Lot 7 in Countryside Industrial Park. There's a number of other parcels over there designated as ERAs as well. Your financial advisor has published a notice to all underlying taxing units and notice of impact statement. And this is now the final step before officially approving. This does require a public hearing. I'll remind you, so we'll need to open that up for public hearing. Happy to answer any questions on this as well.
Questions before we open the public hearing?
There were some discrepancies in the areas involved. Was that resolved?
We had an incorrect
Acreage.
description. The legal description of the property will change if they are subdividing the lot 7. So that will not be officially changed legally until March. That's through a number of steps, but we officially file documents, the legal description will be different.
Okay, this particular resolution only pertains to 2.2 acres that will be
Yeah,
occupied by seniors.
Yeah,
That
lot 7 as is now is probably double the size, if not more, so, yeah, yeah.
Attention to the last time.
Right, so, yeah, it correctly states the acreage, and then it will only apply to that 2.2 acre parcel.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and open a public hearing at 6:08.
Anybody has anything to say regarding
Regarding
this?
this, come right on up to the podium, please.
Does anybody know how they're going to get back to that new lot? Are they gonna build a drive beside the new construction, or are they gonna come off West Road? Do anybody know?
I believe preliminarily I heard that because the state West Road would come off of the main
I
drive.
thought, I drove by there the other day, I thought they were putting a driveway in, looked like there was some gravel road put in there.
I believe that the question may have came up the last time the petitioner was here, and can't quite remember what they said, but
It was somewhat ambiguous about it.
yeah.
Just wondered.
Seeing none, I will close the public hearing at 6:09. No further discussion, I'll enter motion.
I'll make a motion. Can we accept resolution 2026-03 confirmatory resolution OMG music real property tax abatement?
Okay.
I have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Number 4, resolution 2026-04 declaring office items as surplus. It looks like with the clerk's office moving and some remodeling done here, there's a
List of
items that has been provided that
are deemed to be
can access and
desks,
lists, cards,
bookcases, so on. This is just
the formality that we need to do so that kind of stuff can be disposed of. If no questions, I'll entertain a motion.
What is the disposal process anticipated for this property?
I will let Ms. Duncan, if she, like, I was just told that it was simply junked, I think the items are mostly worthless, or what they're worth to advertise their sale.
Good evening. Our guys helped move the stuff. Most of it was junk. It's not worth selling. So we were just going to throw it in the dumpster. So that's our request.
yes.
That's under section 3 on there as well. I will entertain a motion.
I move we approve resolution 2026-04 declaring these items surplus.
Second.
I have a motion and a second as
Presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
opposed. Passes. Number 5, ordinance number 2026-01, amending of fee schedules.
Thank you for your review of this item this evening. This update to the fee schedule was driven in large part by the Planning and Development Department. With our new hire, we are able to not only conduct inspections, but we have now a process in place where we are able to collect the fees on those inspections. So we did a significant review of all the planning department's fees. We did push this out to our colleagues. So there were some updates. There is now a returned payment fee under the clerk treasurer's office. EMS and fire did not have any updates. The Parks and Administration Department, we worked with Director Junkins to make sure that this reflected the changes that are occurring in this building. So you'll see some updates there. Under planning and development, most of our fees for the Board of Zoning Appeals and the Advisory Plan Commission stayed pretty stable. There were some increases just to cover the additional review time that some of our petitions are taking. And then under building division fees, this is where we see the most significant jump. And again, this is because we have brought on additional staff to help address not only building fees, but encroachment fees, but also to add fees for the inspections. If you look about halfway down, if you could scroll down just a little bit farther there, Mr. Bertrand, thank you. You'll see that we have added fees specific for inspections. Our process will be that we will collect these fees at the time of C of O, so they will not be able to collect their certificate of occupancy until the fees have been paid. We have also added fees for re-inspections, which we have not done previously. But that will hopefully cut down on the number of times that we are visiting the same property. With that, there were, I don't believe there were any changes to the police department fees.
Just the vehicle.
Yes, sorry, there was a vehicle identification number check, a VIN check, that we added $10 per vehicle. And then under Public Works, we also added, in addition to the encroachment fee that had been there previously, construction plan review fees, that allow us to, recoup some of the costs from our consultants reviewing our plans. If there are any specific questions about this, I'm happy to answer them at this time.
This is an ordinance. This is just a first reading, correct?
If you pass it tonight on first reading, it will require unanimous consent to suspend the rules. Yeah.
And then make a motion to suspend the rules. Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we suspend the rules.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Suspend the rules. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I'm sorry.
Zach, just there's no need for a public hearing.
This isn't,
Imposing any fines or penalty.
a notice required. Only.
Post notice within 30 days of passage.
Even if it was
We would still be fine.
public notice.
No.
Okay, so
We can. Does not, so we're not passing that first reading.
No.
okay.
Thank you.
Number 6, Miller Pipeline.
Encroachment permit request.
So I have 3 encroachment permits I wanted to bring to the council's attention. 2 of them are gas modernizations as stated on the permit. One is off of 236, the other is off of Hensley. I have asked Miller Pipeline to come and answer any questions that you might have in regards to these. I believe, are you guys here for that? No?
This is Ryan Kennedy with Miller Pipeline, contractors through CenterPoint Energy. You guys got any questions? That we do now do our own restoration, Miller Pipeline, so we're hoping to speed up the restoration on the concrete and the asphalts and all that stuff. Should help that out. We were using a contractor before. We're going to do it ourselves this time. That should help out getting everything filled back in correctly.
Clarification for the Someone who may be watching or is in the room, you don't anticipate being outside of any existing right of ways or easements, correct? You're not asking for additional right of way. You're not planning to compensate homeowners for additional right of way access to their yards. When it comes to the residential, lines, are you planning to do the residential stub out at the same time? Lines on the home that look like on your, several of these have lines synchronized to the home, is that correct?
That's correct.
Is that going to the meters? And is the meter going to replace as part of the?
Yes, I mean, it depends on the age of the meter,
Sure.
and the age of the line.
We'll find over.
It's a existing plastic or things like that, but it will be ran all the way to the meter.
Okay, and then that running there, you anticipate to be open trench and not directional force simply because of financial feasibility, I would presume.
No, we'll try to drill everything we can.
Okay. And putting in the laterals for that.
Yeah, we'll bore it, all get
Okay.
Encircling existing line.
Okay.
Maintenance. That's the.
No further questions.
And for either three of you, is this, excuse me, is this exhibit a true and accurate representation of the area you're gonna be improving
Yeah.
for this particular permit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And if there are any changes, we will definitely get with you guys on all this.
And what's the anticipated deployment and completion of this?
We're hoping to start early next week,
Okay.
if we can. And it's about 14,000 foot, so it'll take us a while. You know, that's 300 some services.
Is that a while? Is that translated to like 6 months, 3 months?
I'd say 6 months, probably.
6 months. Just in this area right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Look at that.
Yeah, probably close to a year project all for both.
Both modernizations.
Something we always just bring up when these projects are being done, and I do see that you're working in the area of Fifth Street, which is a brick street. That road cannot be disturbed. None of the bricks can be dug up.
So just wanted to put that out
Out
there.
there, I know you're gonna do everything in your power to bore everything and
That's great. We just like to put
put
that out.
that out there to keep that. That's a historic piece in the town.
This may be outside your scope. At one point, and I think it hasn't changed unless you tell me otherwise. The town of Sheridan is fed by a single direction. It's not on a loop. Is that correct?
I can't answer that, you know. Yeah,
We could find out though.
yeah, we just don't have.
Well, I think I'm correct after speaking with the center point representative. It just, that begs the next question. If we still are on a single feed line, is there plans, and this is more for your principal rather than you all, so.
Yeah, that would be the center point question for sure.
I don't have any further questions. Anybody else?
Do not.
I will.
President,
If
would you want them
to consider these in one action, or do you want to consider them two separate actions? I'm comfortable doing it in one. If Mr. Paddock is good with that as well.
And this is the other area of
Yes,
modernization?
that's gonna be the one we start first.
You're starting here first, and then you're gonna deploy to that other one. And how long will this take?
That's what, about 1,000 feet, probably. It'd probably be about, this job won't take as long, so I'm guessing probably about, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months.
Where's the gas line gonna go down Second or Main Street?
Main Street.
All right.
What was your question?
Oh, Main
Where the
Street.
line is gonna be on Main Street?
East side of the road.
Yeah, that's gonna go.
Is it the first
East,
exhibit I had?
Yes.
east side of the
Where the
road.
line right now goes down the alley behind the museum.
Yep.
It looks like it's going to stay on that alley. The main street is highlighted blue.
Yeah.
Solely for being a state road. Gas line appears to remain in the alley between Maine and Georgia and also.
Yeah.
The east side of Ohio. In the alley. Between Ohio and Maine. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct. It looks down on Main Street, looks like we're going to the east side of the road. It's something that's subject to change, utilities and right of way and easements and.
Is it the one going up Main Street and then West Second and then north on 38? Is it stopping at Blake Street or is it going on out?
I think that hooks up to that next job, doesn't it?
I was looking at it earlier and the blue mark just stops right north of
26th.
the alley. Up to north of First, I guess.
Is Hainsley Road what you're considering?
Mentioned the blue mark there.
No.
Yeah. That's just indicating it's a state road.
That's just showing.
Yeah, the black is the, yeah.
All right.
Is the install, yeah.
Sheet 12.
Yeah, it looks like
It has the tie-in at First Street.
just north of 24, 7-Eleven there.
Okay.
Mr.
Different, is it worth asking,
This activity on Hinesley Road.
traffic, is it school?
Yeah, that would be a good question.
So, gentlemen,
Here,
the modernization on Hinesley Road
from First Street,
north of 246th Street, that's a
significant thoroughfare.
it's a traffic.
Deployed for that, or
How will you handle that when your apparatus is doing the work?
Yeah, if it's real busy, we can get, move off the road during the rush hours of the school hours. If we need to. We'll have traffic control with us on every busy road.
Okay.
Say between 7:30 and 8:15.
15 in the morning is the busy time and 2:15 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon is your busy time.
We'll try to address it. I mean, if it needs to be, we need to move off that road. That's what we'll do.
For your safety, the student drivers. Be carried out.
2:50. Questions for these gentlemen?
No. How many total permits are there? 3?
There are a total of three.
3, yes.
50 State Road 47.
Grossman per quote.
Correct. That is my understanding. It's the Department of the Pipeline. There should be someone else that was invited here for that.
Is that an update to an existing request? I noticed the date on that was from September, not October.
I also saw that. I am not.
So that's a different division.
That is my understanding, is that that is a separate, unless these gentlemen tell me otherwise, that they know what's going on with that.
So this is likely the relocation because of the 47. project.
Correct. That is what this is in regards to.
I might be on the blanket side of that. Yeah.
I think the council has addressed this matter a few months ago, as did Mr. Kirby. Council's prerogative, if you want to, stay your decision on this particular permit, have members from Miller Pipeline come in and speak to this.
Yep.
Address it and
I
then
think
move
that would
forward
be a
with
good
these
idea.
two.
That's fine.
It's entirely up to you.
I would agree with that.
Fair enough.
Say these gentlemen came in and talked to us, the other changes, they need to come back and see us. So.
The Curry subdivision matter would be relevant to these two gentlemen as well.
This is a separate exhibit for that. Yeah.
It's that one right there.
Yep.
My understanding that it's currently platted for a 6-foot easement from edge of pavement.
Correct.
Well, it's what, 20?
It's 25.
Some feet from center line.
Yeah, but it gives with that measurement about 60 after the edge of pavement. There is a right of way.
So like he said earlier, there's no change of the right of way, right?
No.
And these are bored as well. Is that correct?
Yes, we're hoping to. you
Oh,
know,
dude, it depends on the sewer locates.
Locate.
Performing. Understand that there are concerned citizens already because of the narrow width. There's other utilities already existing. You guys are very used to working around other utilities. You'll end up with unnecessary ground disturbance. You guys have done a fine job. I'm sure you'll continue to do a fine job of making sure that that's smoothed over and
Yes.
it will be a narrow area.
If it's real narrow, it probably will be dug. If it's,
Ready for a motion?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'll make a motion. We accept the permit request for 236 gas modernization and the Hinesley Road gas line modernization.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes for those two projects.
Thank you. We don't have to do anything there. Move on in the other. Thank you very much.
Come back.
No, but I mean, like,
I just hold it and.
Okay.
And while you're not approving it, Brian cannot issue a permit, so that might get their attention to come in and address.
I'm sorry.
We're talking about the Center 47 relocation.
Oh, yeah, no, that will not get approved until.
Okay.
Number 7, Chief Stern, ISO update.
Good evening, counselors. Back this July, we went through an ISO rate review, and what ISO stands for is Insurance Services Office. It's an independent company that rates fire departments all over the US. And they take this rating and they base your homeowners and commercial insurance off this rating. Some companies use it, some companies do not. We are currently, as we said today, a 4 in town and a 4X in country and out of town, outside of city limits. It's on a 1 to 10 scale. Like I said, we're currently a 4 and a 4X out in the rural areas, which is pretty good for a small town, small department. Here in recent year or so, they made some changes on how they calculate manpower. And we knew this going into the review that we were going to come back. It was going to come back not very good. And it did. It came back on January 12th. It went from a 4 to a 10 all across the board. So the worst rating that we can possibly have. And what they've done is since we run an ambulance service, they want us to have 4 people on the fire engine at all times. And since we run an ambulance service, they're not letting us count 2 of those people. So that's why we could go to a 10. They're giving us the opportunity to fix it over a year's time. I have 15 days to respond to this letter to tell them we're going to fix this and how we're going to fix it. The good news is in our 2026 budget, we've pretty much fixed this. So we're in a hiring process where I'm getting ready to hire 5. And with that being done and 1 dedicated part-time person per shift, we'll meet 6 people. So 4 people on the engine, 2 people on the ambulance, 24/7. When I say we fixed it, I'm just going to be honest and say we're about 85% there. But I think with the timeframes for 2026, we're going to be able to squeeze enough out of the budget without having to ask the council for anything additional. And I think we can make it for the end of the year and complete this review, and we'll be able to keep our rating as a 4. So I was just before you tonight to let you know what's going on. Unless you have any objections, I'm going to respond to this letter, tell them we are going to fix it. I'll have 60 days after that to come up with a plan. We pretty much already got the plan done because the 2026 budget filled those empty spots and needs that we needed. So our citizens and business owners should be able to keep the same rate as 4 instead of expecting a dramatic increase in insurance rates. Do any of you have any questions? And did you guys get this in your packet? Did you get? Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me and I'll do my best to answer. And like I said, I'm pretty confident that we can get through it with what we've already done in the 26 budget.
Excellent. In the budget, clarify the ISO rating, fiscal impact of that rating change directly impacts the taxpayers of this.
Correct. Absolutely. So we definitely don't want that to happen. I've heard from going from a 4 to a 10 because Cicero and Jackson Township just went through the same thing, that their insurance rates could go up by 300%.
While I'm not generally in the business of subsidizing private enterprise through public funding, I do agree with the idea of advancing the fire department stuff. And I appreciate you doing your work with this and maintaining a balanced budget as we move into 26.
Thank you, sir.
One thing I might suggest as a comprehensive analysis is have one of our local insurance agents, if you haven't done so already, run an analysis on what that change from a typical home 4 to 10, how that impacts the homeowner premium.
We have, and it affects, I don't have any numbers with me this evening, and Brian Bragg and my farm bureau, I both said that they would come before council, let them know what the impacts could be.
Be interesting, dollar wise, raw dollar.
Like Farm Bureau, they go off how far your fire hydrant is from your home. They don't even use this, but they do use it heavily on the commercial side and said that yes, 300-400%, it could go up if it's a 10. And so I was given some scenarios. I reached out to some businesses in town, like I won't mention any names, but asked them to reach out to their carrier. And I didn't get much response back because I'm pretty sure the more your insurance costs, the more the broker makes. So so I didn't get much response back.
Fair enough.
Travis, in the event, this is just a question, maybe just to the, in the event that something happened and you only had 5 personnel on a day because 2 people got sick and called in, that doesn't count against us if we would mark the ambulance out of service to do that, or
for one,
still be able to function?
I'm never going to mark that ambulance out.
Understood.
Ever in town. That's the heart of the town. So on situations like that, where we're gonna have to come up with some clever ideas, whether it's me and Chief Emmons filling that void when we have to, whether it's down the road a paid on call type of thing, or utilizing what volunteers that we do have on some sort of just all working together as a department to make sure that gap's never that gap's always filled.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was one of those things where, you're okay, and as long as they didn't know, that was fine, but they pop in and that day you were short staffed for some reason. It's not gonna penalize us, so it's just a question. No.
So that's when I said we were about 85% there, because there's a few things we still gotta figure out. Yeah.
Very good.
And we'll report to them every 30 days for 12 months.
Yep.
And pretty sure we can get through it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 8, employment contract amendment.
This is in regard to Director Kirby's contract. It is due to expire in mid-February. This is an extension of that contract until the end of May, with a few other minor changes. Happy to answer any questions about that. And in previous practice, we've brought this before council for approval, so just continuing with that.
Anybody have any questions? No. I would.
I'll make a motion. We accept the contract extension for Director Kirby.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Okay, number 9, 2026 Community Crossings Matching Grant bid opening. Mr. Kirby. Mr. Check.
Good evening to all. Today we have our community crossing bid opening. Lucas is here from Banning Engineering. So prior to the bid closing at 5 p.m. today, we have received a total of 6 packages. They are all sealed. None have been opened, and they are in no particular order. So Lucas requested the honor of opening the bids for the council tonight. So he will open the bids, read the bids, and after we're all done, I would recommend the council take them under advisement. Let Bannings have an opportunity to take a look through the bids, make sure they meet all criteria, and then we will be back to you with conclusions. So Lucas. And this first one is, my apologies, I put my glasses away, can't see anything. First bid is from Grady Brothers, Inc., fully sealed.
And unfully seal it. So the bid for Grady Brothers Inc. is $987,725.
Next bid is from E&B Paving LLC, also completely sealed.
Give you a letter open, Lucas.
Yeah, it might be a good investment here.
Sure didn't take Johnny Carson that long to open the bid. And the winner is.
And this bid amount was for $827,383.99.
Next bid from DC Construction Services, Inc., also sealed.
This bid amount was for $850,478.50.
Next bid is from Howard Companies, also sealed.
Stop. We laid some at the.
Oh, thank you.
That would be very, very nice. Thank you.
Don't touch yourself.
I get the promotion.
This bid amount was for $661,901.
Yes, that's how.
Okay, thank you.
Next bid is Baumgartner, Company Asphalt Services, closed sealed bid.
Bid amount was for $823,099.50.
And last but not least, we have Midwest Paving, also sealed and closed bid.
This bid amount was for $847,969.
That is a total of 6 bids. That is all the bids that I'm aware of. You know of any other bids, Lucas? Those are the sum total of the bids we're aware of. We asked council to take it under advisement. Let Lucas and Banning review the bids to make sure they meet all criteria, and we'll come back to you with recommendations.
Scott,
Yes,
what
sir.
are these bids going to take care of?
So this is the 2025 CCMG project, which I don't remember the various streets, but it'll be kind of on the north side and out.
But this is all in town.
Yes, this is all in town. This has nothing to do with the strip and seal that'll happen out in the rural district. Any other questions I can answer? Luke, this might be the first, last, and only time Lucas comes.
Yep. Try to get better at opening packages in the meantime.
Pocket knife next time. Or letter opener.
We have a motion, so these are advisement.
I'll make a motion. Council takes these bids under advisement.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, accept these bids, take them under advisement, have Barry take a look at them for us. Make sure they all meet the criteria. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Is there any more new business? See none, we'll move on to the finance report. Mr. Higgins?
I have nothing for you this evening, Mr. President. I will have several items at your next council meeting that will be circulated well in advance.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Nicely, do you have anything for us?
Beyond items discussed already tonight, nothing further to add.
Any other departments have anything this evening?
I do, Mr. President.
Okay.
Mr. President, council members, thanks for giving me the opportunity. I wanted to take just a few minutes to talk a little bit about the dog problem that we've been having. It kind of hit social media and it exploded. Rather than getting on social media and commenting, which is kind of a lose-lose situation, I try not to do that. I'd rather do that in public to update you as well as the public. If you're not aware, we had a couple of dogs that destroyed over 100 chickens within the last few days. Also, we've had a couple dogs that we've had problems with in the past that didn't kill anything out on Mule Barn Road. The chickens was over on 38, just off of 38. The other dog issue was over off of Mule Barn Road. I have personally been to both of these calls. Unfortunately, or fortunately for him, our animal control officer that we started is in the academy. So that rolled back on me and Chief Coy to take care of these calls personally. We've done everything we can. I know Mr. Greider is here this evening and probably wants to speak in the public comments. but we worked with him, his family, on the loss that they had of their chickens. I can tell you that we've also conferred with the prosecutor's office, the Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office, as well as we met with the Sheriff's Office Animal Control Unit to make sure that we were doing everything that we could since our animal control officers in the academy. I know that Mr. Greider will have other questions, I'm sure, that him and I will work through, but nothing criminally has been done, unfortunately. We've issued the proper citations that we could, and we are working towards getting to the point where those are called dangerous animals, but there's certain steps that we have to take. So right now, everything that has occurred is civil, and I know that Mr. Greider is going to pursue this civilly as well with the dog owners. So citations has been written in both of those cases, and I just wanted to update the public as well as you on where we stood. And if you have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer those questions. None?
Appreciate the update.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. President.
Yes, yep.
At your last meeting, I mentioned that Mr. Kirby did get on a conference call as well with NDOT, the division that processes the applications for federal funding, and specifically our application for 236th Street. No decisions were made. We stated our case, supported our application that they had in hard copy. I think if I recall correctly, they have roughly $80 million.
Well, they have $100 million worth of projects, and I think it was 50 million in revenue, something. Considerably less.
More applications, what they have money for. I think we made it. I'd like to think we made a compelling case at 236th Street as to why, given its past history of already being an approved project, that we scoped it down to be more realistic, from a $13 million project to a $7 million project. And that it completes the 236th Street corridor from our intersection at 47 and 38, commonly known as a point, out to the bridge 201. We won't hear anything until mid to late
February is what she said.
So just for the council and for the record, we have gone through that phase of the process, and we'll just now sit and wait.
You have the numbers here. It was $100 million in applications. You had $37 million available statewide.
There you have it. Highly competitive.
All right, general discussion items, due to the order up here at the council. Mr. Kirby, Chief Nielsen, myself, we were kind of in a email string with a citizen here that lives just over here at the corner of Georgia Street and 6th Street or State Road 38. It's had quite a bit of problems here in the last several months, even years. Heavy truck traffic, semi traffic coming from Georgia Street from the south and attempting to make the turn onto 6th Street or 38, either east or west. And it's caused some significant property damage. And he sent us a photo of a tow truck pulling a vac truck that was just sitting at the intersection, that at that point they really weren't sure what to do because they couldn't make the turn to go either direction. Seems like a lot of this traffic probably stems from EMC. Understand they have a lot of semis in and out of there. Personally, as a person that drives big vehicles, I don't know why, if you're driving a semi, you can continue north into a residential area, but that's just me personally thinking that. But I wanted to bring up the discussion if we could see about limiting semi traffic or posting a sign for no semi traffic between 6th and 7th Streets on Georgia Street to try to limit that property damage. I think that their GPS may be trying to lead them to a state highway. I know they do have Biddles, or EMC has their loading dock at 7th Street there in Georgia. Not trying to make things more difficult on them to receive or send out their shipments. But also want to do our due diligence so our residents aren't getting their yards torn up by out of town vehicles that just frankly don't know the area. So I want to bring that up for discussion up here and see what everybody thought about that.
Maybe a discussion to be had, if we believe it's EMC, is to have a discussion with their dispatcher, receive people to if they be heading out 7th Main Street, and I can understand why they don't want to make those turns eastbound or westbound on 10th Street. That's an absolute disaster for everybody. But if they can get out to Main Street, they can easily make that turn on 6th Street. And if it is CMC, I'm not saying it is.
And I'm not either. It's just pure speculation.
But yeah, that would probably be a primary
And I think,
discussion to
I
have.
think where that some of the issue is that it's now one way east, there by Speedway.
Right, they
Now,
can't
so they
drive out.
can't turn and go to Main Street.
Right.
That's only gonna get worse.
It's only gonna get worse.
We have a contact with EMC, but
I do not personally, but maybe
I know.
anymore. Maybe worth just make a phone call and, hey, who's your dispatcher that you get your loads in? And see if that maybe alleviates the problem or helps with it. And if it doesn't, then we can always pursue it further. But that would probably be a good start. Again, like I'm not stating it's their fault whatsoever. It also could be semis trying to avoid 47 when it's backed up and down to one lane. I mean, it could very well be that too. So, you know, want to do what we can to help our residents to keep stuff from getting destroyed. So I think that'd be a good place to start out at, and a phone call we can make. So that's all. Anybody else, feel free. There's nothing else up here with the council. I will move on to public comment, non-agenda items only, limited to 3 minutes. If you'd like to speak, please come forward, state your name.
Good evening, gentlemen. Heidi Keenholz with Sheridan Main Street, Inc. I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention and to the public and to everyone who's watching that Sheridan Main Street will be having our annual meeting Thursday, February 5th at 6 p.m. Usually we do this at the library and the community center. So if you would like to come and hear about all the things that Sheridan Main Street have been doing this past year, again, that's Thursday, February 5th at 6 p.m. at the library community room. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on our Facebook page. And then also Sheridan Main Street Inc. is very, very happy to help spread the news about Goja's Rustic Kitchen. We had is now going to be open on Main Street. It's a new Polish restaurant on Main Street. So we're really super excited about that. They had their ribbon cutting on Friday, and then tomorrow is their first official day of business. And they're going to be open Wednesdays through Fridays through the rest of January for lunch. And then she's going to be expanding her hours after that. So
Just say 11 to
2 p.m. Wednesday through Friday, and that's on 308 South Main Street. So we hope that everybody in the community will be hungry over lunch and will come and enjoy some really yummy Polish food. If you haven't had any of Maggie's food yet, it's really, really delicious. So Goja's Rustic Kitchen is going to be open starting tomorrow, Wednesday at 11 a.m. for lunch, and then they're going to be open Wednesday through Friday through the rest of January, but before they're going to be expanding hours to accommodate weekends and then dinners and things like that. So I hope the rest of Sheridan will help support and go and grab some delicious food. So that's all I have for you tonight, gentlemen. Yes.
So Christmas is down, so can we put the banners, military banners up again?
Yes. So I understand that there might be some need for some bracket. There was an issue with a couple of the brackets, so I think that we can talk to you about that.
So where are those brackets? Does Scott know about those?
Good evening again. I know a little bit about them. I talked to Ms. Keevers. While they were putting up some of the lighting, there was some brackets that were broken.
I thought just one.
I think two.
Yeah, I thought there was two.
I think there's two.
But we can confirm that. Leave the one or two. Ms. Keever said they were going to do the repairs. I
Okay.
haven't been told if they were done yet or not.
I don't know. I haven't, I can check with Cindy about that.
Okay,
As soon as we get those brackets squared away, whatever that is, we'll be happy to put the banners.
okay,
Yes.
thanks.
Okay.
John.
Yep. Any other questions? Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank the town council for letting me talk on this matter, but I want to kind of just let you know where I'm at and what I've been through the last 4 days. My wife and I have a little farm out of town. Most people know it's the Grider farm there. In the spring, this past spring, I've had 2 cats from other areas come into my barn, had 4 kittens each. So now I got 10 cats in my barn, plus my 2 barn cats. I did the right thing. I trapped them all. I took them over to the Hamilton County Spade Neuter, got them all spayed neutered. They clipped their ears to identify it. They kept 4 of the kittens, and because they were young enough that they can adopt them out, but they wouldn't take the other cats. So I guess the Griders have got 8 cats now that we're feeding and trying to maintain. They're feral, so I'm just letting them live out there on the farm. So I don't know what else, but it just seems like we need to look at these ordinances on these animals. It took us 20 years to get our farm up and going as far as chicken wise, because you have to alternate those chickens. A chicken will lay eggs, and I know you don't want to hear all this, but a chicken will lay eggs, 5 eggs a week productively for 2 years. After that, it drops off. So you're just feeding, wasting feed. So you have to enter in new breeds constantly. And I retired this past January, and we set all of this up for my retirement to give me something to do. And we were put out of business in one night by 2 dogs. I've got the dogs on video. My daughter trapped one and put it in the backyard and held it for the owner to come up. And at that time, we didn't know what the dogs had done. Otherwise, it wouldn't have left my property. And I'm sorry, I love dogs, but the 109 birds, I walked in on that, and I also had to clean it up myself. They never offered an apology or anything. If they would have, my wife and I would have worked with them, but they never even come forward. They came and got their dogs, took everything off social media. I'm sure most of you have read my post on Sheridan chat. We got one of the best towns that come together that I've ever seen. We've had more people offer us eggs, offer us chickens, offer us money to restart our business, but it's not that easy to restart the business. All I want to do is see if the town council, and I know you got your hands full with development and so forth, but we need to look at these codes that we have in force on dog control, animal control, period. I did find out that they won't quarantine those dogs because they haven't bitten a human yet. It takes biting a human before they can do anything to an animal, which I find utterly ridiculous. These dogs have, and I know for a fact, I got videos and I got pictures. They killed another farmer's chickens over on Mule Barn Road, 20+ chickens. One lady went out in her garage, and both huskies were in her garage. They were ripping her pet cat apart in her garage, and she screamed. They took off, and her cat was dead. These owners, it's not the dogs, it's the owner's irresponsibility. But we need to look at some of these codes that we have on these animals. I love animals to death, but we can't keep having people getting barn cats and multiplying them, letting them go everybody else to deal with. If you have animals, you have to be responsible, and you have to get them spayed, neutered, and you have to know where they're at all times. They're a liability. So I just want to, thank the board for letting me talk to you. We're devastated. I mean, I feel sorry for my wife. That was her passion, and she had pets in there, believe it or not, and I had to go in and clean it up. And I'm still not over it. I didn't sleep that night. Walking into 109 birds. It's, please look at the codes and make these people responsible. And just so you know, I have gone over to Hamilton County and I made it public. I filed a suit against them. I wouldn't have filed a suit against them if they'd have come to me and talked to me. I'd have worked with them.
but apparently they need to be taught a lesson. I went over to today, I filed against them. I got 6 subpoenas I have to deliver this week, and our court case will be on March 3rd. So if you want an update, I'll give you an update, and if you need help reinforcing these codes and helping, man, I'm all in. I'm retired. I have nothing but time. I'll help you do whatever. I'll do the footwork. And I just appreciate you giving me this time. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, so very sorry that happened to you, and we'll work with Chief Nielsen and do the very best we can for you. Anybody else have anything?
Carol Williamson with the Sheridan Events Committee. Just wanted to let the community know that we have launched our website. So that when the community is looking for events that are going to happen that are connected to the Sheridan events, it's sheridanevents.org. Pretty simple to remember. We are currently planning our revved up rides, and we're working on our awards, and we have also launched our ability for the community to make a donation. We are actively seeking donations, especially for our 4th of July fireworks. So prices for that have definitely gone up. So we definitely need a lot of community support to be able to pull off a phenomenal 4th of July celebration for the town. So again, that's sheridanevents.org. We also have, if anyone is interested in participating and planning for these events, at Gosha's at 3 o'clock. We will have our next meeting on January 25th. So January 25th is a Sunday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the community is welcome to join us with the planning of these events. Thank you. Yes.
I need to see you when the meeting's over.
Okay, right.
Thank you.
I want to let you know that your police department went over and beyond at our place. And I do have one big problem left that I forgot to bring up. Those dogs are out in that fence where they keep digging out. I went by there today. They were out there again. My chickens are in the coop. I got 26 birds left. I can't let them out of that coop because they can't contain those dogs. Once those dogs have been out there, they know it's easy picking. So now I've got all my birds pinned up, and I can't let them out until something's done with these dogs. So if you would, please help me out some way or something. But as far as the community coming together and the police department, I'm over.
Glad to hear.
Just real quick, Chief. If I understand right correctly, dogs are loose today.
They were in the folks' backyard in a fence, but that's the fence that they keep getting out of.
Okay, so they're contained, I'll say that loosely,
Right.
but they know how to get out of their containment and come over to your place.
Well, they've been 3 miles from their place down Mule Barn. They've been to our place. Our place is probably 2.5 miles from where they live. So I'm just saying that they have, and I don't know this for a fact, but I've been told by animal control and neighbors, they have 16 to 18 dogs at that location. And my question is why can't Sheridan's police department go in there and ask for inoculation proof? And if they don't have them, confiscate those dogs?
Well, that's is the question. So I don't, for chief, what is it that we do not have that gives you some sort of enforcement ability?
So we have checked, they have 5 dogs at their residence, so it doesn't qualify as a boarding place. So they do have 5 dogs. We have requested the vaccination records for all 5 dogs. It's kind of complicated because there's 3 people that live in that house. So the tickets that we've written over the last couple of months, 2 of them have been to the owner of the residence, 2 of them have been to the people that say they own the dogs. So there's been a total of 4 citations that have been issued, 2 of those being the citations that we think will lead us up to the vicious dog statute, and that's the reason we've done them.
Are they?
And they're local ordinances, and the town council has adopted the Hamilton County Animal Control ordinances as their guiding ordinances. So those are the ordinances that we're writing.
And because this is in the rural district?
No, this is in town.
This is in the town district?
That's correct.
Got it, okay. Are the occupants of the dwelling also the owner of the dwelling that are also the owner of the dogs? So
Yes.
Is it a landlord tenant situation?
No. Yeah, we have no legal authority to go in and confiscate those dogs. They're not considered vicious dogs. And it's a civil issue.
So not to be discussed here because we beleaguered the meeting. We need to work together to find some simple language to close that gap to give you a lower threshold to deal with situations like this rather than a really high threshold and see what case law and see what other things inform that.
And again, I feel very good about the relationship we have with Hamilton County's animal control and looking at their ordinances, and they've kind of pushed those ordinances to state statute as well. And even some of those ordinances are more than state statute, not less, but more than state statute. So I feel good about where they're at. The ordinances, there's certain things that we need to look at. I will tell you too that we will give you a warning once now, not because of this, but because of the last 4 months. We will give you a warning about the loose dogs. The next time we get called on those loose dogs, you're going to get a citation. And the more citations that we issue, once we hit that 4th citation, we'll get it in front of a judge and try to make them dangerous animals. The problem we have is that I think Mr. Kreider pointed this out. And you were told by animal control today, from what I understand, what you told me is that they have not bit a child or a human being yet. They've only destroyed farm animals, pets, and that doesn't qualify being a dangerous animal. So those are the things that we're looking at now, how we move forward with.
And that's why I'm driving the way I am, because I don't.
Sure.
I'm responsible because I didn't do anything about it.
Sure.
And you got to understand, it's not the dog. The animal, it's the owner's negligence. It's not the animal.
And again, this is just that's one instance. A couple instances on the Emil Barn are total different dogs, total different people, which have been issued citations as well.
Well, ultimately, you're dealing with a public policy, public health situation. So if there are things, as we sit here today, that you cannot do because of lack of an enabling law here locally, if there's something, it doesn't have to be able to sophisticate. Tell us what you like, man, if I could get this, we research it, make sure it's
Oh, trust me, we've been through about everything we can, and if we find something that we can do, we'll definitely be more than happy to do that. And we've been working with Mr. Greider too to figure out what we can do.
But I've got a video of the same. On your market. I've got a video of it.
Okay, well, I don't know if that was ever reported.
Turn it in.
Okay, so those are the things, again, if you have animals that are destroyed, whether they're pets or farm animals, you need to let us know. If it's not reported, if it's on social media, we never know that happens. You actually have to report it so we can come out and take a report.
I think what we're trying to avoid is a repeat of this, 106 of their investment.
Devastating, yeah.
That we need a lower threshold, I guess, for you to be able to do what you need to do to disrupt this chain of events or the repetition.
I'll be more than happy to work with anybody on the council or Zach and you to come up with what we can do.
Yeah, we got to find the right balance.
Yep.
It's not a government overreach, but we also have to protect citizens.
Understood.
Anyone else? Okay. Need a motion to pay accounts payable vouchers.
I'll make a motion, we pay the account payable vouchers.
Second. I have a motion and a second to pay accounts payable vouchers. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Statement by council president. Mr. Devaney was out this evening. Saw great reviews from Gosha's Kitchen on Main Street from the opening. Go give her a try. She did some minor catering for an event that we had. Great food. So please go give her a try. Appreciate everyone coming out this evening. Further meetings coming up. Town council meets again Tuesday, February 3rd, right here, 6 o'clock. Park board will be meeting Wednesday, January 28th at 5:30. And the redevelopment Commission will meet Tuesday, January 27th at 6 o'clock. All those will meet here. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, we adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks for coming out. Have a great evening. Be careful.